This time, we needed full reinforcements, and that did not happen. I fear that maybe the citizens of Wyrmwick maybe needed to be informed of this camp, and full support from Wyrmwick would be necessary to sort of fight this off.
Do you think they'll accept?
We
Do
are
you think?
dissenters.
Say that again?
But we are dissenters. If Wyrmwick catches wind of this camp, do you think that they'll be willing to fight with us? Seeing there's struggles already in there.
Technically, you're not dissenters, at least from Wyrmwick. Colin Grove and Holman Falls openly accept and support this camp, but Wyrmwick, the citizens feel that the camp is a waste of money, and they've always voted it down. So we try to provide support for the camp when we can, and it also happens to be a good back channel for making people disappear. Eventually, I think we may be able to convince the citizens of Wyrmwick to more openly support it.
That would be. What would that bring us if they had more full open support? I mean, are we talking about more men? Or talking about financial backing? Or
We'd activate the army. Well, if they realize that if there is a war coming, we could activate the army and at least better prepare Wyrmwick for any sort of upcoming war. Although what they intend to do and how they intend to do it, I can't say. It may be that Holman Falls and the entire eastern half of our province is wiped out before anyone even acts, and by then it may be too late for Wyrmwick.
Am I the only one with suspicions about Wyrmwick as a whole?
Well, my suspicions come from basically possible corruption in the guard and related entities. I mean, Con, you saw what happened to us after we dealt with, well, the man that we call Hawkeye. I mean, we basically just got arrested and thrown in jail as if we were going to be put up for execution for wrongdoing, despite.
Well, as far as I'm aware, he was exonerated.
Yes.
Yes. I also bring news of that. While I was found innocent of my particular crime, obviously I didn't commit that crime. You gentlemen were not so lucky. Not quite sure entering the gates of Wyrmwick would be the best for you at this moment.
Wind.
And Hawklight was indeed exonerated, though he remains dead. A good deed, which I think you should be congratulated for, though there is always two sides to every story.
Wait, what?
When did he die?
Yeah, we didn't kill him, we just knocked him out. It was the what you call it that we killed.
That's right, I'm sorry. Why did I write that? Excuse me.
He's dead.
I always keep forgetting that you didn't kill him, you knocked him out. Forget he said that. Just erase that from your memories.
He's dead? What?
No.
I'm sorry, I wrote that in there, and I was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. Thorin was, of course, exonerated. As you can tell, Wyrmwick does have a series of problems it needs dealt with, but still, I think all of the minor political squabbling pales in comparison to this threat.
Oh, without a doubt.
This is at least the third time I've tried to kill Hawklight accidentally. Oh, God.
All right. Well, yeah, I kind of suspected that we were not going to be welcome back in Wyrmwick for the time being. Which means basically this place, this war, the situation is probably, well, where we're going to be most welcome for now, to say the least. It's just a matter of in what capacity can we actually best help this resistance. Because we can't personally go back to Wyrmwick and try to get the army involved. That would be bad for us and bad for you. If
surely you have a friend who could enter Wyrmwick. Not everyone is. I don't believe everybody's a criminal here, are they?
The only one that we have is this one woman here, this one half elf here who was one of the survivors of the battle out near the tower. Her name's Denora, was it?
Yes.
He bows to you and he goes, "Ma'am, I apologize for the sudden war, as it were."
Well,
sorry, I just want to get that line out again. I just like the sudden war line. I don't know what the hell that means.
Sorry for the war.
Sorry for the war. I had no
You
intention.
can't apologize for it was not you. No one man, no one being of good intention, as I know you are, can authorize anything like this. So you need no apology to me.
Still, our numbers have dwindled significantly. Tell me, do you have any loose ends that need tied up before we try to figure out what to do? Because we'll need time to regroup our numbers. Surely, word will come from the North Tower soon, and we can better assess the threat that approaches us.
I mean, all I can offer in my case is, well, perhaps some training assistance for the people here for fighting purposes. I mean, some of the men here are well intentioned, but to say the least, their tactics and technique are less than desirable, and I really cannot make the trek back to Wyrmwick myself, nor could Dother or John here.
Okay.
Unless we get relatively close and then hang back while the work is being done within the...
you need to better explain what you're talking about, Sketch, because I don't understand you.
I was suggesting that Drew, and well, at least Drew at the very least, just stay at the camp and wait for word to come back from Wyrmwick. While basically,
word of what?
If they're getting support from Wyrmwick and from the people there, because it seemed to be what the...
I think I pretty much explained that Wyrmwick is against having this camp active.
We need to prove the worth of this camp before we can go and start saying, "Come on, please."
Okay. All right, I misinterpreted.
It's good, I swear.
I misinterpreted what the discussion line was then, in that case. I'm sorry.
All right, so... All right, then. He basically, Khan looks at you and says, we should have word from the North Tower shortly. Unfortunately, we don't have a closer presence there. It may be a couple of days before we get word from... before we get any word back from them. In the meantime, I think we should assess the situation. Would you gentlemen be interested in some small work for the camp then?
What?
Anything we can do to help?
Better than sitting on
suppose
my
so.
ass.
Then
Yeah.
I hate to ask you to do this, but I would need you to head back towards the South Tower.
Right.
I would not have you kill anything, obviously, or enter into battle, but I would have you at least assess what the Demon Baron's armies are doing. Maybe take note of it, and then come back, act as a scouting party for us, if you would. If they're moving on us, if they've moved away, what exactly they're doing.
I see. Reconnaissance, it's at least a little bit safer than what we were doing last time. So, I'm fine with doing some reconnaissance work. That is.
Sure, fine by me.
All right, very well then. Obviously, there's not a lot here that would be usable, but whatever you find that is usable is yours to take and use. Can't pay you right now, but surely you will be rewarded upon your return, at least.
Yay.
I think that should be sufficient for now. I mean, it's not like at this point money is a strong concern of ours, while we're still mainly holed up in this camp. But,
all right, then. Well, then I will assess the situation here and then report back to my superiors back in Wyrmwick. Until then, until we meet again. And he nods and walks off through the camp.
all right, I think. I mean, the only supplies I need. Let me double check how many bolts I have left in my arsenal here.
I've got plenty of healing potions left.
Let's see. I got about 50 bolts left. It should be okay for crossbow bolts. I think we just need to get some rations before we head on out. Unless there's anything else that you feel that we need, Dother, Denora.
Well,
I need nothing special.
I'm equipped here.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sorted out.
All right, I think we should probably head out sooner than later and get this thing figured out soon. Of course, I don't have any intention of us getting too close to that tower. I mean, after what we saw there, it will be rough getting close. Hopefully, things have calmed down, to say the least, and merely there's patrols or something. But
Okay, so you guys are going to scavenge for equipment, or?
I don't need to scavenge for any real equipment myself. I mean, the only thing I could scavenge for is if there's any crossbow bolts or something of that sort of nature I could scrounge together to take along with me.
Actually, is there like at least one healing potion? Because Gither gonna run away with 2, stupid bitch.
No, there are no healing potions available.
Okay, fair dues.
What would you use to scavenge for stuff in this environment?
It could be perception or streetwise. I mean,
Because
I'd say-
dungeoneering.
If any of you are gonna sort of scavenge for usable items, do a perception check.
I have a 16.
Okay.
Have a scan around.
Anyone else gonna do that or no?
Well, I'll give it a go. No sense in not.
It's a +4.
I found it!
Oh, okay, no, I won't bother.
Dother finds a cache of crossbow bolts, about 25 of them.
Okay.
Other than that, you really don't find anything that's really usable.
All right. Well, that's fine for my purposes because I have a feeling I'm going to be relying on this a little bit more than close range, especially if we run into more of what we saw out there.
Hey.
It's still early morning, so are you guys gonna head out now, or are you gonna
I think
stick
so.
around, or what?
I think heading out now is a fine choice. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, there's nothing to hang around for, is there?
I'm agreed.
Agreed, the sooner the better.
Alrighty, so you guys head out, and you're gonna head northeast to the Watchman's Tower South.
Mm-hmm.
This is again about a 5-day journey from the Resistance camp to the South Tower. You will need to set a marching order on the screen, and also let me know what your sleeping order is. The same sleeping order or no?
I think we're going to use the same sleeping order.
Yes, same.
Same
Yeah.
sleep.
What map are we on?
We are on South Tower map.
Yeah. I think in this case, John and possibly Denora should be.
Yeah,
More
front,
front up.
which is the order? Is it left to right, right to left?
Left to right.
Okay, no problem.
Right. I'll stay relatively close behind John and Denora.
I'm sorry. Left is the rear, right is the front. I'm sorry. Right to left. No.
All right. I will stay relatively close behind Dother. You can kind of set yourself up wherever you need to.
Yeah, I'm trying to replace the miniature with the updated one.
Ooh.
Ah.
Well, let me paste. There it goes.
It's the same miniature.
Yeah, but I changed like the macros and the HP and stuff.
That and everything, yeah.
Delete.
There.
Okay. Initiative. All right, and let me make some rolls while you gentlemen and one lady travel.
we see the chain devil just staring at us. Yeah, came back for more, huh?
I don't know you. You're okay.
All right. Well, the travel to the South Tower is highly uneventful. Although you do notice as you're traveling across the fields that there are bodies scattered around, people who seem to have just bled out or died from exhaustion and exposure coming from the South Tower. You recognize a few of them. One of them being the general you met early on at the Resistors camp. Another man you recognize as being a leader of one of the many groups of men. You notice that a lot of people seem to have just sort of straggled along and eventually just fallen to their deaths here. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of activity along the road. Just basic, well, not really road, but sort of